I had COVID. I don't know if I should say that word, but I had that, illness. And my girlfriend, who we are a part of another company, put put 5 patches and overnight them. When she found out I had that, and the symptoms I had, I didn't have a cold. I didn't have any of the symptoms other than I would go upstairs to sleep 5 minutes or 10 minutes and then come back downstairs, sleep for a half hour. But I was doing that 24/7, up and down, sleeping. I couldn't get my energy back. And I have a lot of energy. So anyway, I put the patch on. I called her and I said, okay, I received your patch. What do I do? And she said, put it in on C7. I did. And I didn't think anything of it. And I told my husband I was going to go upstairs to go to bed. I crawled in bed and then I crawled out of bed and I picked up the phone and I told my girlfriend, sign me up. I don't know what's happening, but I'm going to go for a walk. And so I told my husband, it was the middle of the winter in November, and I'm in Illinois, so my husband was shoveling. And I walked to the block and I felt okay. And then I walked to the other block. And I had a really heavy coat with my pajamas on because I thought for sure I was going to come back home and go to bed. And I just did the whole block, and I I was I was fabulous. So I signed up right away as a silver, and I started telling everybody. The other thing that happened is I fell. It's icy and snowing here. I fell, and I work out every day, and I could not work out. My chiropractor told me, you have to back off for a couple of months because I would suggest you go get an MRI. So I went to get an MRI, took it to the chiropractor. He said, here's a surgeon, you need surgery. And he sent me to a surgeon, and I started putting those patches on my knee. And I went to a friend of mine who's a chiropractor, and she said, why don't we do a stem cell injection? And a couple of days later, I went back to my chiropractor and I said, I'm going to work out. He goes, you can't do a lunge or a squat. And I said, look, and he goes, you must have given me the wrong MRI because you shouldn't be, what I read on your MRI, you should not be doing what you're doing. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So do you have anything else that you wanted to add?
When you have a friend that has a passion, and she literally is your friend, and she may overnight you 5 patches, you have to believe in your friendship. That's why we have friends. She overnight them. It must have cost her some money, and then I trusted her because she trusted me in another type of product. So it's the friendship, and like meeting you at a restaurant. You and I were in separate tables, and we started talking, and the 2 girls that were in your downline was next to me. It was like we had been invited to your party, and we sat there for how many hours chatting. I mean, how could you not? I mean, the conventions are magical, and you don't have to be in each other's lines. You support each other.